In this video, we look at the WASSCE General or Core Mathematics 2023, the Nigerian paper, and that is the question number 1. And it says that number 1, evaluate correct to 3 decimal places, 4.314 times 0.000056, all divided by 0.0067, and these are the options. So with this one, you can just use a calculator to solve this, but I'm going to try to solve it first at a point. The idea here is to simplify this, that is to evaluate, that is to find the value of this. And I have to be able to do some cancellations because I see the division sign here. But if I can do that, then it means that I have to convert or change these decimal values to whole numbers. So that is what I'm going to do. Before we start, if today is your first time on my Students Class channel, don't forget to subscribe and click the notification button so that you'll be promptly informed anytime we upload a new video. And hey, one more thing, click the like button so that the video can reach a lot of people. Thank you. Now let's continue. 4.314 times 0 point, and we have 4 zeros here, 1 2 3 4 5 6, all divided by 0.0067. So the first step, what I'm going to do is to move this point from here, and I'll move it outside here so that the whole of this will become a whole number. That is 4.314. So when I move it out, I'll write the number without the decimal point. So that is what I will have here, 4314. So how many times did I move the decimal point? Let me see. I move it from here, so 1 2 then 3. So I will say this times 10 raised to the power, I will say 3, but I moved the point from the left side to the right side, and if you move it from the left to the right, the power is negative. So this will be 10 to the power negative 3. So you can see that I have a whole number here. Now I will now come to this, that is 0.000056, and I will also try to move this point to this side so that I will be able to convert this to a whole number. So let me see how many times I would have to move this. The first one will be here, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So I have moved it 6 times, and I move it from the left to the right, so that implies that the power is going to be negative. Now when I move the point, the whole of this here, that will be left here 0 0 0 0 0. I'll have about, I think I have 4 here, so 5 6. The whole of this is the same as the number 56, so I'll have times just 56 times 10 to the power negative 6, because I moved the point 6 times, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and I move it from the left to the right side. So all divided by, and I will now come to the denominator or the divisor here. So I have 0.0067, and in the same vein, I will also move this point to this place or point. So how many times do I have to move this? 1 2 3 and 4. So I will have 67 times 10 to the power negative 4. So I can see that now I have 3 whole numbers. 4,314 is a whole number, and 56 is a whole number, and 67 is a whole number. All right, so the next step, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to regroup them, and I'll bring the whole numbers closer. So I'll have 4,314 times the 56. So I'll bring this closer to this, and I'll have times 10 to the power negative 3 times, I'll have 10 to the power negative 6 here, all divided by, and I have 67 times 10 to the power negative 4. So at this point, I'll try to see if I can divide any of these. That is, if 67 can go into 4,314, or if it can go into 56. So I'll try and see. Let me first try it here. So I'll type 4314 divided by 67, and what do I get? I get 4314 over 67, so that means that 67 cannot divide 4314. Let me also try the 56. Obviously it cannot divide because the numerator is bigger than that. Well, let me see if I can have a proper fraction here. Oh well, it cannot also divide. So I'll go ahead to do the multiplication here. So I will have 4314 times 56. And what do I get here? Okay, so when I multiply the whole numbers up there, I get 241584. Yeah, so 123, so that is 241,584 times. And with these two here, I want to simplify this. So this and that, I have the same base here, and I'm multiplying 10 raised to the power negative 3 by 10 raised to the power negative 6. By the laws of indices, if I have the same base, I write it as ones, and if I'm multiplying, I add the powers. So I'm going to have negative 3 plus negative 6. So that's what I'll have here, divided by 67 times 10 to the power negative 4. All right, from here, let me do some simplification here. 21584 times, and I have negative 3, negative 6. I have negative 9 here. Now let me move this power up there so that I can also group a little bit of like terms here. Now when I move 10 raised to the power negative 4 up, the sign will change here. Because here it is negative, it will change to positive. If it was positive, it would have changed to negative. So this is negative 9. Then I'll say times 10 raised to the power here. Down here it was 10 to the power negative 4. So here will be positive 4 here. So that what will be left down here will be just 67. As simple as that. Now what I'm saying is that you can move a number up or down. For example, if you have 10 to the power 2 and you move it up, that will be 10 to the power negative 2. If you move it down, the power will change again. In the same vein, if you have say 10 to the power negative 5, if you move this up, that will be 10 to the power 5. That's what I mean here. So here it was negative 4. I move it up and I'm seeing positive 4 here. So I could have done the simplification right away here, but let me add another step here. So I have 241584 times 10 to the power here too. I have the same base, so I have to add this. So I'll have negative 9 plus 4, all divided by 67. So we have 241584 here, and we have 10 raised to the power negative 9 plus 4, so that will evaluate to negative 5 here, all divided by 67. Once again, I will check to see if the number 67 can divide 24158. So I will type 24158 divided by 67, and when I check, it still cannot divide that. So that means I have to do it the hard way. So let me type this here, and of course 241 blah 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 divided by 67. If I press on the SD and change it to decimal, that is what I have here, 3605 point something. All right, so let me type times 10 to the power negative 5 here, and that will be this. So that is the final answer I'm getting here. That is 0.036057. But if I check the options here, I think they have been converted to 1, 2, 3 to 3 decimal places. Of course, I was told to leave my answer to 3 decimal places. So let me check my options. So that will be 1, 2, 3. This is 0, so I'm not going to add anything to this. It's going to be 0.036. So this is going to be the correct answer here. And when I check this, I have 0.036. So that is going to be B. Now you can solve this pretty fast with a calculator. If you have a scientific calculator, there is no need to do any work here. All that you have to do is to press on this template first. Then you type 4.314. So 4.314 times 4 zeros here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you type 56 and you press on either the cursor down here or here to change the blinking, or to bring the blinking cursor down here. So you have 0.0067 and you type 0.0067 here and you press on the equal sign. So you see the same thing, 0.036, and to convert this to 3 decimal places, all that you have to do is to press, or you can check from right after the decimal place, 1, 2, 3, and the next number is not 5 or more than 5, so you just leave it like that. and that is going to be 0.036. Or if you want to use the calculator to resolve this to 3 decimal places, you can do that. Press on shift, press the setup, and go to 6 fixed. That is short for fixed decimal place, and you press on 6. So 0 to 9, how many decimal places? 3, and you have your final answer there, 0.036, and that is B.